Okay, so hello. Hello everyone. Hello everyone on Instagram and hello everyone on the live stream. You can watch me on YouTube today and also on Instagram. I am just live streaming on two platforms. It's Instagram and on YouTube. So if you have the link to YouTube, just feel free to share it to others who wants to join the live webinar. So I'd like to welcome everyone again to our live webinar. Today is the day two. So one more time, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and for those who are sleeping, good night. And welcome to the Quiet to Fluent live webinar day two. Yes, today is our day two. Yesterday, I hosted the day one of the live webinar, and later we're going to do a recap of what happened during day one. So if you were here yesterday and if you were able to watch the replay, so I think you already know what I typically do at the very beginning. So what I typically do is I ask, where are you from? Okay, so I've got some people here on Instagram, some people here on the live stream. You might be on YouTube or wherever you are watching right now, probably on YouTube. So you can comment down your location. Oh, thank you. We've got a commenter over here saying waiting for the live to start. Yes, and I already started. So for those who haven't typed their location, just feel free to type them down. Okay, so I'm seeing some. Okay, here. Let me start here. One from. I've been seeing a hand racing from Russia. Yeah, we've got people from Russia. Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon. I forgot the time zone. Okay, we have one from Sri Lanka. Hello. Hello, Dima in Sri Lanka. We've got some friends over here from Japan. Hello, guys. Good evening. I think it's 6 p.m. in Japan right now, or 8. I forgot. I'm lost with the with the time zone. But okay, I know you guys are also here watching all over the Philippines. So hello everyone and welcome to day two. So this one, our live webinar today is full packed with information. So I hope you guys stay tuned until the very end, and I want you to get a piece of paper and pen if you have any questions to share. Hello there from the Philippines. I just want to add this one into the comment because I wasn't able to do so yesterday. Hello there from the Philippines. Wow. I'm also in the Philippines right now. So, okay, so let's get started. So, let's start with doing a recap. Okay, let's do a recap of our day one. Do you still guys remember what we talked about yesterday? So, yesterday we talked about okay, wait, let me change the view. Okay, so yesterday we talked about different things. We talked about the mindset. Mindset is very important in learning anything, right? So you have to work on your mindset first. You have to have the proper mindset in learning before you get started. And yesterday I discussed to you the proper mindset for adult learners specifically. So the first one is be realistic. Be realistic, which means you have to set realistic goals. So if you know that you don't have you have limited time, you have a very active lifestyle, and you cannot devote as much time into something, into your passion or something else, you should limit that because you have to align your lifestyle into your goals. So be realistic. Number two is to be self aware. To be self aware, that means you understand yourself. So you understand where are you at right now, so you know how to move on to the next level. You know your English level right now, so it's very important, you guys, to take an English test to be able to evaluate yourself and understand which level are you at the moment. Another one with self-aware, you have to know how do you learn, your learning style. Different people have different learning styles. So if you don't know your learning style, you might not find the perfect strategy for you to properly improve your communication skills. Number three is to take responsibility for yourself. This is a hard truth, and it's a bitter pill to swallow to some of you and even to me. You have to take responsibility for yourself, so you cannot blame people around you, like, oh, it's because I've got too much work to do, that's why I can't make time. Oh, because I want to do this and that, that's why I can't make time. So you have to take responsibility of your for yourself, and not let those excuses get in the way of you to reach your success. Number four is to be open-minded. To be open-minded, it means um to understand others' opinion, because guys, I think everybody knows that English is a universal language. That's why it's very in demand. It's always in demand to learn English and to improve their ability to communicate in English. It's because it's a universal language. A lot of people are using English. So if you want to have more opportunities to speak in English with anybody, you have to be open minded. And number five is take initiative. Yes, take initiative. So if you know that there's a task that your teacher or somebody told you, your coach, let's say, told you that you must do this so you can get this outcome or this result, you have to take the initiative. Don't wait for others to push you to do a task, because as adults, we can't complain. If we want to improve ourselves, we have to take the initiative. We have to take control of our lives. Don't let others control you, like, hey, you have to do this. Okay, yes. Hello, Brent, and hello, Diva. Welcome to my Instagram live. So anyway, again, let me do a quick recap. So again, the proper mindset for adult learners is, first, you have to be realistic. Number two, you have to be self-aware. Number three, you have to take responsibility for yourself, for your actions, and for your decisions. Number four, be open-minded, because it's a universal language. And number five, it's to take initiative. Okay, so well, those are the things that we covered from yesterday's webinar. And today we have something more important. Okay, so what are the topics for this 3-day webinar? I just want to repeat for everyone's sake. So, the first one, yesterday, we talked about the proper mindset for adult learners. Day two, which is today, we are going to talk about the proven strategies for learning English effectively and efficiently. Those that I've realized were really working for those for my students, because for the last 8 years of teaching English, I've had thousands of students from all over the world, and there are different strategies that work for them, which I incorporate to my English course. Yes, and I will discuss to you all of those today. So, moving forward, let me just set your expectations while watching this live webinar, whether you are on Instagram or whether you are here watching on YouTube or on Facebook. So, let me just set your expectations. I am here I am here today to offer you a course. By the in the middle, or by the end of this live webinar, or all throughout, I am promoting to you the course that I created that can help you step up and that can help you be ahead of your learning journey. Because this took me 8 years, like 8 years of my teaching career, before I realized that, wow, this is the thing that is really working. I've been seeing results to my students, so I am now putting it into a course to help even more people um, use this method. So I just want to make it clear that I can't solve all your problems in just 3 days of live webinar, because learning English is a journey and it's not something that you can do or you can accomplish overnight. I understand if you guys would agree, right? It's not an overnight thing. You can't just sleep, learn English, and then boom, tomorrow you are a genius. No, that doesn't work that way. So it is a journey, and I am here to give you all the knowledge, all the information you needed to help you make the decision on whether I am the right person to help you in this journey. And yeah, so all of those information will be tagged in my live webinar. And this will also have a replay if you missed the time of this live webinar. Hello, Sandex, for watching me on Instagram. Hello there. You can also watch me on YouTube. I've got the link up there in the comment section. So, well, going back here, as I mentioned earlier, I can't help you solve all your problems in just a 3-day webinar. I can help you, and the best way I can help you is when you enroll in the course that I developed, which is the Quiet to Fluent program or system. Hello. So happy you're here. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me well, because I can't connect the microphone to my phone. You can hear me, right? Okay, so let me just explain to you what is the Quiet to Fluent. So who is this for? So Quiet to Fluent is a program, it's a system, and this is for you if you're an adult learner who want to if you're an adult learner who has spent so much time and effort online searching for the best way to improve yourself in English. This is perfect for you if you're a person who's frustrated because you've been stuck in the same level for such a long time. This is for you if you wish to find a learning system that can help you study smarter, not harder, in a step-by-step process, because I will guide you through the process. And this is for you if you want to do more that makes you happy. And you can do what makes you happy if you know how to communicate better, right? You can use your gifts to impact more people. And this is perfect for you if you want to be an excellent English speaker or communicator, so that you can do or you can live the dream that you want right now and not later, not 5 years or 10 years more later. Those are the time that you think you have more time, hopefully, but you don't know when is the perfect time. There's no such thing as a perfect time. The time the time that you make a decision, that is the most important. If you want to change your life right now, you do it right now. So now let me introduce to you the proven strategies for learning English effectively and efficiently that I discovered over the years. It is Oh, hold on. Before we talk about that, let's start with identifying the main pain points of adult learners. So, first thing, that is the major pain points of most of my students whenever they come to me and talk to me in their first class. They tell me that their problem, they've got no confidence. Like, help me. I know some words in English. I've been studying English for a long time, but I've got no confidence. I can't speak when there's somebody talking to me in English. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm drowning. Like, I don't really know where to start the conversation. So that is one major pain point. Another one is number 2, limited vocabulary. Yes, limited vocabulary. It means that the vocabulary means the words or expressions that you use to communicate. And if you have limited vocabulary, that also means that you will have limited options of words to use when you are communicating. So that way, you can only generalize or explain or describe yourself in general and not specific. And in communicating, the more specific you are, the better, right? I hope everyone would agree with that. Number three is afraid to make mistakes. Why? Why are you afraid to make mistakes? I understand. I was also afraid to make mistakes. I was afraid to make mistakes because in my grammar, right? Like if you post on social media and then your grammar or your sentence or your caption has grammatical mistakes, it's such an shame. I mean, you're gonna feel ashamed of what you have posted, and the people would think, "Oh no, her or his or her grammar is not that well." Right? So a lot of people got so afraid to make mistakes. Also, you are afraid to make pronunciation mistakes. You are afraid to mispronounce a word. That's why you don't want to speak in front of people. You don't want to communicate because I might mispronounce the words. No. So please, later we're going to address how to deal with these things. And number four is don't know how to improve. So that's one major pain point as well that my students are telling me. They are telling me that, oh, the reason why I'm here with you, the reason why I went to you to consult you is that I don't know how to improve myself. I don't know how to start. I don't know when to start and how to keep moving forward. So later, you're gonna know how to deal with that. Okay, so let's move forward. So, what if I tell you? What if I tell you that all those pain points that I mentioned earlier, that was me. That was me 7 years ago. I was not confident. I had limited vocabulary. I was afraid to make mistakes and I don't know how to improve. I was stuck. Literally, I was stuck. I was drained. I don't know what to do. And teaching is my passion. And I have to do something about it. And I knew that if I didn't take initiative to reach my own dream, I would spend the rest of my life working on someone else's dream, not mine. That's too tragic. And I wasn't willing to waste my one short life just going through the same struggles over and over again. Because if you don't face it right now and you just say, oh, I'm just going to do it later, no, it's just gonna go back to you again and again. It's a never ending cycle of telling you that you are not good at this. You have to work on this. This can help you. This can be your bridge to make your dreams come true, right? So it's just gonna go back again and again if you don't do something. So what did I do? If you will ask me, what did you do? So at first, at that time, I discovered the Quiet2Fluent method. Yes, it was a lifesaver. And I started at that time, I took baby steps. Yes, just baby steps. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. And you know, just like what I mentioned yesterday, that you have to give realistic expectations to yourself. You have to set realistic goals and limitations or timeline to yourself. You have to take just baby steps. I started as well at that time with baby steps and I empty my cup because you will not learn a lot along the way on your journey to learning English if you think that you already know everything. What if not? What if you don't know everything? And the truth is, we don't really know everything. We are all a project ongoing. Like we're all evolving into a more beautiful creature, a more beautiful individual, more beautiful person. So you firstly need to empty your cup and take baby steps. And at that time, I was only holding on to that one thing that I have, which is my burning passion, my passion to make my dream come true. I know that there is no other people who can make these dreams that I have come true. I have to take responsibility for myself. If I don't take initiative, if I don't um, take responsibility for myself, nobody's going to do it. So I took the leap of faith, and I I submerged myself into, I focused and put all the time and effort into learning this system and using this system over and over again. And in less than 1 year, to tell you, this is a real life story. In less than 1 year, I was able to make 3 to 5 times more income than in my first job. My first job, I was working for a Chinese company and was just earning somewhere around 10 when I started. So 10,000 PHP per month. So that was my first salary. But then when I took the leap of faith and I took the initiative, took the responsibility for myself, I was able to make 3 to 5 times more income than in my first company, which was wow, such a huge improvement in my life. I was able to buy things that I've never thought I can afford. And then I was able to earn my first of many 100,000 plus in a month. That was way back then when I started this journey. And I was able to, wow, this is something that I'm very proud of because I'm introverted. I am really shy to speak in person in front, especially in front of a big crowd. So when I was able to host business and social events, that was wow for me. That's everything. It's a dream come true. I never thought I can do that until I did the system, until I did this program that I'm going to share with you later on. And I've got to work. I was able to work with my dream clients. And I was also able to teach the way that fulfilled my soul, my teaching style. Because in my previous companies where I used to teach, they are limiting the teachers of the strategies that we can use to to teach the students. So yes, I just okay, thank you for that. Wow. I forgot I'm live on Instagram. I forgot to mute my microphone. But anyway, excuse my cough. It got itchy. So now, as you can see, all these things happened because I took it seriously. And all these things can also be your result and even way better because I've got some students who did a lot better than me. And now I want to teach you how to do the same. Are you ready for that? Yeah, right. So I'm going to teach you that for free. My other students paid me for an hour or two or how many hours just to teach this goodie for them. And now I'm teaching it to you for free, which is really such a privilege. But how does that work? How does this work? How does this system work? So you just have to listen carefully to what I'm going to say. You have to learn like a baby. Yes, you heard that right. You have to learn like a baby. How simple is that, right? Learn like a baby. So, so much fun. But how do you do that? So now I'm going to introduce to you the 7 ways to learn like a baby. So, first thing, if you want to learn smart and effective, you have to start small. Yes, it is effective and it's still efficient. It will you're going to thank yourself because you save time and effort, because if you start with those ambiguous words, those huge long words and expressions right away that you don't understand that the smallest part, it's going to be harder on you. So you have to start small. You have to familiarize yourself with the sounds that makes a word, with the words that makes a phrase, and with the phrases that makes a sentence. Okay, did you get the thought? So if you didn't get the analogy, you can look at this picture and you will see that just like a baby, as the baby grows, they don't really do all these things all at once. Imagine a newborn baby can speak sentences? No, they can't, right? So they start with just saying the sounds. So they make sounds like mama, papa, or dada, right? They just start with those small sounds, like short, cute sounds. So that's how it starts. So you're gonna practice the IPA, the sounds of English. Okay. I'm not going to elaborate more on that because I'm going to teach how to learn IPA, how to understand IPA. What is IPA, or International Phonetic Alphabet, in my course, in the Quiet to Fluency course. Okay. Number two, after you learn the words and phrases, the sounds and the phonics, you then move on to words and phrases. This part is exciting. You're learning words and phrases now, but you can't make the sentences yet until you were so so familiar with these words and phrases before you can make sentences. Yeah, so there's going to be also like a routine that I'm going to teach you inside the course, a routine that can help you, yeah, get the wheel, get it going from starting from the sounds, and then make familiarizing yourself with words and phrases until you make your own sentences, and then you can make arguments or okay, maybe not arguments. You can then make conversations, right? Small talk. That's really nice. So number two, let's move on to number two. Take a look at the picture. You have to listen up. Yes, listen up. It's very important in learning a language. You have to listen up. Imagine a baby exposed to different languages. For example, me and my husband, we are using different languages at home. So I mostly use English. My husband speaks mostly Filipino at home. So our baby, she understands these two languages. She understands the sounds of English, the words that I use, or the phrases that I use in English, and so was in Filipino because she always hear them, right? She always hears these words and phrases that we use, so she can understand it. And the more you listen, the more you expand your vocabulary and your understanding. Because before you start speaking the language, you just have to make your brain familiar with the sound. She, or it, right? Your brain has to get used to it, has to get used to the sound of English for it to be to like automatically understand what the person is talking about. There's like an automatic like AI thing in your brain. It activates when you listen more and you take time to observe what are those hand gestures, and connect all those actions that the person is doing while speaking. And when you're listening, for example, you're listening to podcasts, just like what I love to do, which is something I would also recommend. to listen to podcasts is you will be able to practice, you will be able to get more active and passive listening practice. Yeah. You will get active vocabulary, active words, the ones that you often use, the expressions that you love using, they're active words. And then you also have your passive. Passive, they're just the ones that maybe you are familiar with them, you know the meaning of these words, but they're just at the back of your head. They're just at the back burner. They're just there, ready when you need them. Okay, so you have that word bank in your brain if you listen up. You have more active and you also have some passive words and phrases and expressions in your head. Okay, number three, this is very important. You have to make it fun. Yes, you have to make it fun. Learning like a baby, babies don't really like things when it's not fun, right? And to tell you everyone, the happier you are, the better you remember. So if you are happy in something that you're doing, you remember every single thing. Step one, step two, just like what happened to me. I was really having fun in my journey. That I remember how what I've been through up until now. It makes me kind of emotional to remember that, or just try to recall how I started from the bottom up. So it's really a journey. It's not a thing that you can do overnight. And making fun things or doing fun things accelerates the learning and the development of a person. So it's true in any field, in anything you do, as long as it's fun, you're going to learn more and you're going to develop faster. You're going to develop that skill faster if it's fun. So try to imagine, do you want to have classes like, let's say, 1 year of classes with a terror or a strict teacher who always scream and bangs the door or something, or with a fun and friendly teacher? I guess this question is a no-brainer. You will love to study if your teacher is fun and friendly. Just like me when I was learning, when I was in high school, I had some terror math teachers. And I also have just one fun teacher. And out of the 4 years that I stayed in high school, that only fun and friendly math teacher was the one that I always recognized, and I always and up until today I could still quite remember just tiny bits of what he taught us in math because he was fun and friendly. So it is really proven effective even if you read in recent research and studies. Okay, moving forward, this is my favorite because I was introverted when I was younger, and until now, I think I still am leaning more on the introverted side than the extroverted side as an ambivert. I love to read out loud because at that time, I have my own space, I have a room for myself. So I read out loud. And what happens when you read out loud? When you read out loud, you hear yourself. Hello. I don't know how to say your name, but you are on Instagram. Okay. So again, number four is to read out loud. What it makes or how it helps you is that when you're reading, you are seeing the words, how they are spelled, and then you're trying to pronounce them so you hear how they are pronounced. But what if you make mistakes? If you hear that the way you're speaking is kind of weird, you can then take the initiative to search the meaning of the word. Not translate. I'm not saying translate the meaning of the word that you found on a book. No, it is the best way to deal with those unfamiliar words is to find the meaning, search the meaning of the word, and how can you use the word in a sentence, in a scenario. What is the perfect scenario for that word or phrase? So it's super duper fun to read out loud. So you're practicing your speaking, you're practicing your listening and your reading skill, right? It's hitting three stones at a time. And also with reading out loud, you can use all those words, vocabulary that you've read, and the imagination that you have while reading a book into writing. So this is a very good strategy. Although it is not very fun for others. Yeah, I can't tell. I mean, I can't speak to everyone, but others, they don't like reading a lot. But you can take baby steps. Just maybe one or two sentences per night or one paragraph, and then later on you read one page, then later on you read two pages, and then later on you can read three or even a chapter. So just take baby steps. Don't tell yourself or don't set a crazy expectation that you can read a book in one night. I don't know, maybe you can, but I can't. Okay, so number 5 is this one. I have to say this 1,000 times. Don't be afraid to sound stupid. Again, don't be afraid to sound stupid. Okay, I'm sorry for the word, but don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's just another way to say that. Imagine babies and learning how to adapt a language. They're not thinking, if I said blah, 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 will people find me stupid, right? Because babies do gibberish. We don't understand their language. They have a different language before they adapt or they understood how to use the mother tongue or the native language that we're using in our daily life. So babies don't make the right sound, the right pronunciation the first time they try to speak. So do you. So give grace to yourself that it's okay. Don't be afraid to sound stupid. It's part of the learning process, okay? So, yeah, don't worry about that. Number 6, oh, this can be something that others might not agree with me, but I want to tell you that don't start learning a language with grammar. I've taught thousands of students, I don't start with grammar. Yeah, even they're complete beginners, I don't start with grammar because I want them first to gain the confidence in speaking. But wait, wait, wait. How can they speak if they don't know how to make a sentence? Right? And how can they speak if they don't know any words? Yeah, I understand. That is that can be contrasting into what I'm saying, but or contradicting to what I'm saying. Learning grammar can complicate your learning journey, right? I know, like everybody knows that grammar is complicated. English grammar is complicated. Chinese, Japanese, any kind of language, their grammar is complicated. So, how can you feel better? How can you feel good in learning a language if you jump right off the hardest part? And you are not capable of dealing with it because you don't know how to deal with it right now. So you start small. You start with the sentence, the how can I say, the default sentences, like like the simple sentences like hi, hello, how are you. Those are the default sentences that we say when we start a conversation. And then later on, as you progress, as you gain your confidence, you level up your vocabulary, you level up your expressions. But if you're starting from the bottom just now or right now, I don't recommend you to start with grammar. No, 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 please. It's just going to make your journey longer and harder. So start with your confidence. You try to speak something. Like me, for example, I tried to learn Chinese. I didn't learn the grammar and the sounds. I tried to learn the sounds as well. So I speak to some of my Chinese students. I just say, ni hao or ni hao ma or or what else, like Shinyan Kaila, like Happy New Year. So I say those expressions because they're default. They always come together. So it's very safe. Like thank you, you're welcome. They're safe to say, right? You don't have to think about it. Like how can I make a thank you sentence? You just say thank you, right? You don't have to think about grammar. So that's just how simple it is. You just learn grammar later. Focus first on what you can do, on the default sentences and your confidence. That is very important. And when you practice more and more and more and more, little by little, your confidence will also grow as you progress. And that's proven. Okay, number seven. This is a top notch. This is my favorite. This is the reason why I have an American accent, because I did shadowing. Yeah, this is my favorite. And I noticed that I've been to so many ESL companies, or English as a second language. That's ESL, English as a second language, learning platforms or online schools, and all of them are using shadowing, the strategy. Excuse me. They're all using the shadowing strategy. And shadowing, what does it mean? It's just like me, like I have a shadow behind me. So what the shadowing, how shadowing works is that you copy what you hear. You are copying what you hear exactly. So let's say, for example, you want to copy me, right? You want to copy how I speak. Okay, wait. Let me just say something. Okay, like that. You want to copy how I say, let me just say something. So you don't say, let me just say something. So you try to copy the sound that I'm making. Let me just, let me just say something. Let me just say something. Let me just say something. Right? So start slow, but don't chop the words. Start slow. Let me just say something. Let me just say something. Let me just say something. And then eventually, through shadowing, through copying it and again, you will be able to reduce your accent if you have a native accent that you want to reduce but not remove, or develop an accent. Another classic example is to those people who love K-pop, right? So those just like my younger sister, she loves to watch a lot of Korean drama, and she was able to develop through shadowing a Korean accent. So she sounds so Korean when she says some Korean expressions, which I can't say at the moment because I don't know how to speak Korean, but she can because of shadowing. So it is also the best and proven method of learning a language, shadowing. Okay, so we're almost there. So now I want to ask you guys, which strategy do you like the best? Which one? Okay, you can drop them on the comment section. Which strategy that I mentioned today do you like the best? Okay, so some say, shadowing, of course. Okay, shadowing. Okay, thank you. That's my favorite too. What else? What about grammar? Reading out loud. Okay, so I think I should do a recap so that you can hear what are the seven strategies that I just mentioned today. So one is start small. Start small, learn the sounds, then the words, then the sentences. Number two is to listen up. Listen more for active and passive listening. You can listen to podcasts to whatever interests you. Number three is to make it fun. Anything you do, as long as you make it fun, you remember it better, and you will have um, such an enjoyable journey in learning something if you make it fun. Number four is read out loud. Read out loud is also one of my favorite things to do, especially when I was younger during summer vacation. When you read out loud, you practice all four, no, actually just three. All three main skills in English communication, which is speaking, reading, and listening. So, right, that is very beneficial. Number five is don't be afraid to make mistakes or don't be afraid to sound stupid. You can't really make it on your first try. That's okay. Then you can try again and it's going to be better. Number six is grammar for later. Save it for later, grammar for later. You don't start with grammar when you're a beginner, a total beginner. You don't start with grammar. You start with complete sentences, the default sentences or phrases that are easy to remember, like hi, hello, how are you, thank you, you're welcome, my name is, I am from. Those are the basic things that you have to master at the very beginning and not grammar. Okay, and number seven, our top most favorite is shadowing or copying. This is really so much fun because when you shadow, you're practicing your speaking, you're practicing your listening because you have to hear. And well, with reading, it could be if you are reading the subtitle of a movie that you want to copy. And you guys stay tuned on my YouTube channel. I'm going to upload a video of shadowing, like me literally doing the shadowing with Wednesday, with Wednesday Adams. Yeah. I watch Wednesday, and then Wednesday Adams' accent is really interesting. So I'd love to learn from her so you guys can learn with me. Once I uploaded that video, you can use that as your practice resource in shadowing so you can reduce and your accent or develop an accent that you like. For me, I love American accent. It is so clear and very understandable, quite universal too. And for others, they love British accent, so you go for it. Others, they want Australian accent, which is also sexy and yeah, and humorous at times. So you choose your interest. Okay, for me, I'm into American English. Okay, so I think the best pick here is the shadowing because I saw someone told me that their favorite is shadowing. Yes. What about now? It's time to play. So we still have 10 minutes to play the game. So if you guys want to join the game, you can hop into the live. Hello, everyone. Okay, try to answer my questions. Try to fill in the blanks. Okay, so I'm going to present to you some words over here. Okay, so so not really words. I'm going to present to you some sentences with the expressions. Because last time I was giving away a list of the most common expressions in English. They're very useful. You can use them in your everyday conversation. And if you use idiomatic expressions or these expressions, they're like default expressions. So if you use them, you will be able to communicate better, sound smarter, and also be able to understand what the native speakers are saying because those are the expressions that they always use in a daily conversation. So now let's do the playtime. Let's play some game. Okay, so the first one is I'm feeling a little under the blank. I think I'm getting a cold. Like that. I'm feeling a little under the. What do you think? I'm feeling a. Oops, I muted my microphone. I'm feeling a little bit under the. Okay, let me give you choices. Wait a minute. Is it A, under the bed, or is it under the weather? Okay, again, I'm feeling a little under the blank. I think I'm getting a cold. Is it feeling like is it I'm feeling a little under the bed Or is it I'm feeling a little under the weather? So I will give you 10 seconds to answer, and your timer starts now. Okay, time is up. Who wants to answer? And the answer is. What's the answer? Okay, so you guys, you want to try? I'm feeling under the blank. I think I'm getting a cold. The answer is I'm feeling under the weather. Yeah, I don't know if I can make some sounds over here. Yeah, okay. So I'm feeling under the weather. So whoever answered the weather, you are right. Okay, thank you for that. Let's go to question number 2. Question number 2 is, or sentence number 2, we need someone who's really on the blank to answer questions from the press. Again, we really need someone who's really on the blank to answer questions from the press. Is it uh, A, ball, or B, table? Okay, so again, let me ask you the question. Oops. Oh, it didn't change. Wait, let me write it again. So again, is it A, ball, or B, table? Okay. Can you try to answer? We need someone who's really on the blank to answer questions from the press. So, is it A, ball, or B, table? So, I will give you 10 seconds to answer that question, and timer starts now. All right, time is up. And the answer is. Okay, and the answer is ball. We need someone who's really on the ball to answer questions from the press. To be under the ball, oh sorry, to be on the ball is to be on the lookout. That means you're always looking at something new. What's going on? All right, so you're always on the ball. Okay, so now let's go to number 3. You guys want to answer? Go ahead and type them in the comment section. Number 3 is time blank when you're having fun. Oh, this one is easy. Time blank when you're having fun. Is it A, dice, or is it B, flies? Oops. Okay, wait a minute. Let me just show that. Okay, there you go. So again, time blank when you're having fun. Is it A, dice, or B, flies? Comment your answer because you have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time is up, and the answer here is. Dun, 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 dun. Flies. Yes, the answer is flies. So time flies when you're having fun. You won't feel that it's been an hour because you are having fun. Okay, so that is number 3. What about the next question? Let's see. This is sentence number 4, and we only have 5. Okay, thank you. Wow. So we have an answerer. It's time flies, and you are correct. Yeah. Yes, time flies, right? Time flies. It's already 7:56 here in the Philippines. What about you guys? What time is it there? Okay, let's move on to number 4. This one is a little tricky. Just a little. Okay, don't let yourself despair. This will only make things blank. Again, Don't let yourself despair. This will only make things blank. Is it A, worse, or B, better? Okay, again, don't let yourself despair. This will only make matters. Is it worse or is it better? You have 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time is up. And the answer is. Wants to answer? Okay, so I know you guys want to answer, but you cannot type fast. So the answer is, ta-da, worse. Yeah, so don't let yourself despair. This will only make things or matters worse. So if you despair, that means you are sorrowful. And if you cry, nothing's gonna happen. It's just gonna make it worse because when you cry too much, you will lose your voice. Your eyes will be so small like mine, and yeah, you might get a cold from crying. So it's just gonna make matters worse. So don't you cry. Okay, and we're down to the last question for tonight's webinar. The last one is, this is so easy. I think everyone can answer this one. Blank speak louder than words. Again, blank speak louder than words. Is it wait, let me think. Okay, wait. Is it actions or mansions? I don't have any other words in my head. Okay, so you've got two choices, and this is, I think, the second easiest to answer here in tonight's exercise. Okay, blank speak louder than words. Is it actions or is it mansions? You can try and answer, and I will give you 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. Okay, time is up. And what's your answer? Blank speak louder than words. And the answer is, okay, we have an answer here. Okay, should I say now? Okay, we've got an answer. You are right there. The answer is actions. Yes, actions speak louder than words. And I am going to send a message, a private message to the ones who answered the questions very well. Thank you so much for participating because you guys will have a free access. You will have a free 1 month access to my Quiet2Fluent community. It is a group of students. This community is composed of students who are learning English all at the same time and they want to have fun. So there are challenges, there are homework, activities to be done inside the community. And it's really fun when you're doing it together, right? Together with like-minded people. And that wraps up our seminar or webinar for today, for day 2. So we are about to end this webinar. I just like to thank everyone for being here today, for spending an hour with me. For those on Instagram, for those on YouTube, for those at the comforts of their homes, thank you for being here today. I hope you learned a lot from today's webinar because it's full packed with information. And on our day 3, which is tomorrow at 7 p.m., we are going to talk about the action plans. How can we put these things together to make progress, right? to achieve our learning goals. And that is all for today. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will see you again tomorrow on our next live. Bye bye, everyone. Have a great day. Bye. And good night, and good afternoon, and good evening to everyone all around the world. Bye bye.